Vitaly, I hope you're ready, buddy, because I am. I am ready for you. I think I'm probably running one of the most advanced and dedicated arm wrestling programs that's ever been run.
Let's take a look. We've got a clip here of some of Devin Larratt'S last thoughts leading up to this match a couple days out, his mind state going into this match. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Look at the belly. Just look at the belly.
I don't know.
That's called belly maxing.
Really, like
Wolverine maxing.
it's world title. It's left hand, you know. I do think I was fast-tracked a little bit, but
Yeah, I mean, he did lose to Camille 2 years ago. I mean, last year he beat Corey West and Kardec on the left, but there's definitely plenty of other people who could have had the shot, such as Dadakian, potentially Muratov at super heavyweight, or someone else, maybe Levon on the left arm.
I'm as ready as I can be. I'm optimistic. I'm gonna fight this guy. Crazier things have happened. All I need is a stop. If I can stop him, if I can kind of get this match kind of the way I want it, I don't know. I think I'll be in fabulous shape. So
That's what I was thinking too, is that the endurance is going to be something that favors Devin in this matchup. I think that's one of the key factors. Either Vitaly is able to completely crush Devin quickly, potentially not let him slip. That's been one of the narratives as well. Vitaly saying he's not going to let Devin slip, which I think is unlikely. I know Vitaly has an insane grip and ability to keep people from slipping, but I don't know if he can do that against Devin personally. So I think Devin's going to get a stop maybe in the first round. I mean, it would be insane. He gets in the first round and wins every single round, but I think maybe Vitaly gets a pin or two, but then Devin will come back and win 4-1 or 4-2 or 4-0 even.
So I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic, but at the same time, mad respect for Vitaly. You know, like it's going to be a very difficult match.
How does it feel to be here left-handed? I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
So crazy. You know, I've put so much into my right arm, so much into the development of my right side. You know, I did 6 years where I just trained my right. My right is significantly stronger, and here I have a left-hand world title shot where probably I'm statistically more likely to win than I am against a right-hand Levon match. So I might actually get a left-hand world title in my left, you know, in this era, which is so cool. And you know, February 28th, there's like some kind of cosmic alignment. There's like 6 planets that are in a row. It only happens like once every, you know.
Okay.
It's destiny.
And so I don't know if that's in my favor, if that's in Vitaly's favor, but it's this very special day astrologically. So.
And I will say, if you haven't seen this clip, Devin talking about his dedication and why basically nobody can outwork him. Let's take a look at this clip here.
My life now has become so simplified that I don't believe there's anybody on the planet that can match my dedication to the sport. So that's what makes it difficult to face me, because I typically have the capacity to outwork you in the prep.
If you win this Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Which there's a good chance, as everything in the boats and the internet says. Will you have some crazy training conclusion about your left-handed? Will you be able to be like, hey guys, like, you know what? Because you're always in the search of stuff, right? So I wonder if you'd be like, hey, you know what? This is what we should be doing now, because you're kind of fast.
And the training method he's been utilizing, from what I've followed, is that he's been doing 2 table practices a week, along with essentially roughly 8-hour arm workouts of low intensity, high volume work in the days that he's not doing his table practice with the team.
Distracted a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm always kind of working on new ways to get better in arm wrestling, and what I'm doing now I've never done, like the duration, the volume, the intensity, the specificity, all of it. I think I'm probably running one of the most advanced and dedicated arm wrestling programs that's ever been run.
Wow, that's a bold statement. And I believe it. I mean, talking about 8-hour volume workouts, I mean, like, with 2 table training practices with a team where he's doing 2 arm work, high intensity, staying hydrated, probably eating a ridiculous amount, taking supplementation as well.
I think it's really good. I really think, but we won't know until it's tested. And
Right, that's what I'm saying. I feel like you might have some kind of funny conclusion to make if it goes
Yeah.
really well.
listen, if my left hand beats him, he's in so much trouble for the right. Really, like if I can beat him in the left, he's gonna have to really smarten up for the right hand.
Just shows his confidence in his right arm compared to his left arm there. Even though Vitali's right is stronger than his left, according to what he said as well. He's more confident with his right as well.
But I think what I'm doing is working, but it's very hard for me to conclusively prove it because I have no way of testing it with weights, really, because all the weights that I do are very light. And
Yeah, that's the thing about arm wrestling. It's so hard to quantify your progress, especially if you're more table training focused as opposed to specific lifts, to where you may have a sense that you progress, but you can't really quantify it, such as when you're doing a lift. But then again, with certain specific lifts, people will tend to cheat them or not use the form will deteriorate as their PRs get higher and stuff. So you can say it's a PR, but maybe the technique is not as crisp as it should be for something that would apply to the table.
And on the table, all I have is my teammates saying, yeah, you feel strong, or yeah, you don't. So it's not really a number like that most of us are used to seeing and being able to know whether we're doing better or worse. But even, with that in mind, I still believe that I'm running a very, very efficient training system right now. But really, I won't make any conclusions. No matter what happens, positive or negative, I will very likely not change anything in my training until I have Vitali on the 18th in Germany in April. So
This is so exciting. Not only do we get to see Devin and Vitali, this heated rivalry on the 28th of February, 3 days from now, but then only roughly 6 weeks or so later, we get to see them face on the right arm for the interim world championship on the right. So that's 2 world championships between these rivals in a matter of 6 weeks. That is just incredible for the sport. I think it's going to absolutely lead to a surge in views, and probably, as a lot of people are saying, this is going to be the biggest year ever for arm wrestling. So I'm looking forward to it.
and that'll be my kind of conclusion on whether this style is beneficial or not. Yeah.
Okay. What about two-handing stuff? You've been
Yeah.
also big onto that lately, right?
Yeah. And that's really been one of the big shifts in my training. Like, I've done two-handed work in the past, but what I really feel is that you only have, a little bit of that super peak intensity in you. And where you do it matters. So if I'm doing my 1RM, super maxed out intensity in a lift, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna progress in that lift probably. But then if I do it on the table, hopefully I make those gains on the table. And what you kind of start to realize is,
Pure specific, yeah.
yeah, you can't really get that intensity in multiple places and expect to kind of be moving forward in multiple avenues at the same time.
All sounds very logical to me. I mean, changing your training is a matter of experience and going through different phases. So, I mean, even though seems to be his phase, obviously he's going to wait to see the result and maybe he'll change it from there. But if you follow Devin's career in the past 5 or 6 years, there's been a lot of different phases, whether it's been the thumb training, the singles of the pronation lift, whether it's been all the other things that he's done. But we'll see how this specific method he's been using plays out. As he says, it's basically the most advanced arm wrestling program he thinks has ever existed.
Time. Like, if I'm doing super intense two-hand work, it's kind of a big ask on my body to also try and progress in these 1RM ways, like in the gym. It's very difficult. So my system is structured to do these max efforts on the table and then basically heal with these light weights to get me to there again. And the singles, which I've done in the past, and I think that they've been beneficial. I do believe that this is a step up in specificity. Yeah.
Okay.
And I see other guys doing it, then I think that you know, if you're the lead guy in the club, like if you're the guy in the club who's
I wonder what he says when he says he sees other people doing that, because I don't think that's the approach that Vitaly does. I don't think that's the approach that Levon does. I think Levon is heavy on the gym training with heavy lifts, and I think Vitaly does a lot of heavy lifts in the gym as well. Even recently, we've seen him do pronation lifts and stuff of that sort. So I don't think they're taking the same approach. I'm curious who he's referring to when he says he's seeing people doing these methods.
the strongest, there's probably a place for this in your system. The thing that I tell you is, like, a lot of times when the junior guys get two hands on you, they're gonna be like, oh, now I can finally beat this dude, and they're gonna pin you, and you know, that's never really the best way. The best way is to, in a safe position, wherever that safe position is for you, to get up to that 100% maximum exertion, still safe. Like, you don't want to be at 100% exertion and be getting ripped open.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Complete sense to me.
Which a guy with two arms a lot of times can do.
Yeah, if you have someone doing two-arm training with you, and make sure to express to them not to completely rip you open and get you injured, but gradually build up the pressure to where you're fighting in that angle to where you can get to max exertion, as he says, but also staying safe. They're not actually trying to injure you. That's why the importance of having good training partners is so huge.
So, you know, you got to have good communication with your teammates, and listen, there's a little bit of variability there. Sometimes it's okay to get open up a little bit in your training, but most of your training should be in safe positions.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Well, any message to Vitaly?
Vitaly, I hope you're ready, buddy, because I am. I am ready for you, Vitaly. Can't wait to fight you.
Can't wait for this. Only 3 more days, and we get to see what happens, the result. Make sure to buy the pay-per-view. There's a bunch of matches, not just this match. Obviously, this is the headliner, but use code TOM. Check out all the matches here. Buy the pay-per-view, and let me know who you think's going to win, Devin or Vitaly. I've predicted Devin's going to win on both arms, and I really can't wait to see what happens. Hit like and subscribe for more content, guys.